In this video, I will introduce you to the Moodle Practice Course. Here we go. So I'm Bradley Wagner, a professor at William Jessup University, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about our Moodle Practice Course. This video is only going to be relevant to faculty at William Jessup University. So what are we going to cover in this video? Well, we'll first start by covering various use cases for the practice course. Then we'll look at Moodle and we'll talk about where you can find the practice course. And then finally what you can do with the practice course, and I'll give a little demo or example of what we can do there. So what are the use cases for the Moodle practice course? Well, really anything you'd like to do to experiment in the practice course. The idea of the practice course is that it is a sandbox course that won't harm anybody else's content. So you can do anything you want in that course. You can practice with a grade book, you can create quizzes or try out new built-in functions or apps. You can even import your own course and erase everything that's in there just to practice importing courses. Nothing you do will hurt anybody else's content. That's the whole purpose of the practice course. By that same token, you should also not expect anything that you do in the practice course to stick around. So you may create something in the practice course as a demo or just to practice, and somebody else may come along and play with it or mess with it or completely remove it. So don't worry about hurting anybody's content in the practice course, but also don't expect any of your content to stick around. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at Moodle now. So we're in Moodle, and you can see I've already logged in and I'm on my dashboard. So the first thing you want to do is figure out where to find the practice course. So if you don't have the practice course in your dashboard view under In Progress, then one way to find it would be to navigate up to the site home, scroll down here, and then simply search Practice Course. When you do that, it should be the very first entry from searching that. Now, if you're using the practice course a lot and you would like to keep it around, if you go back to the dashboard, if it doesn't show up in your In Progress courses, that probably means you hit it previously. So what you can do is you can go down to In Progress and you can scroll down to Removed from View. And that will show any course that you removed from your own view. And you can find all the courses there. And so then what you can do is you can click on the overflow menu and you can click either restore to view or even star this course if you would like to make it even more easily accessible. In fact, I actually keep the practice course starred so that I can jump in there with any of my other in progress courses and test out new functionality at any time. So now let's jump into the practice course and take a look at what we can do in there. So I will demo just a few ideas just so you can see what it's like in the practice course. So I'm going to turn editing on. The first thing is let's go to the gradebook. The gradebook is often a function that people like to play around with. And so obviously none of these assignments are real. In fact, you can see it's actually quite empty. I previously came in here and deleted a whole bunch of content, or actually rather I removed the content and put it into a different menu, an unweighted menu item. So we can go in here and you could create new grading categories. You could change the overall grading scheme. So for example, if I go up here and look at the overall grade and edit settings, right now it's the weighted mean of grades. Could change it to median grades, mean of grades, highest. Let's keep it on weighted mean of grades for now though. And what we can do is we can go down here. I've previously created a couple of different graded items, exams and quizzes, and I even put a quiz in there. And you can see I set up various percentages. So all of these other items that people previously created, rather than taking the time to go through and delete everything, I just put them all in an unweighted category and put in a new category and set that weight to 0. And down here I created exams and quizzes, and then I set those weights to 70 and 30 respectively. But you can see if you go in and assign people grades for these items, what would happen if we changed those different grading schemes of the different weights. So if we go back to view, for example, exam 1 under exams, I added just a couple of random grades. You can go ahead and add more stuff in here. And just assign some random grades, and we'll assign some quiz grades. Let's just pick some numbers. And you can see the corresponding course totals here based on the grades that I've assigned and how they have been weighted. And what we could do just to practice is to see what would happen if I were to change the weights of those grades. So if we go over to setup again, right now exams are 70 and quizzes are 30. What happens if I just completely flip those and click Save Changes? It'll recalculate the grades. Continue, go back to view, and we can see how the corresponding grades have changed due to changing those weights. So if you've ever wanted to try out different grading schemes and seeing what would happen, you can do that without fear of compromising anything in the practice course. We could even change the view type. Right now it's set up, I believe, on week view. So if we go under Edit Settings, and the course format is set to, oh, I take that back, it's currently set to Topics format. But for example, we might do collapsed topics. Maybe you want to see what happens when we do collapsed topics. I'm going to skip over all those settings for now and just click Save and Return. And now we see we have collapsed topics. And so we can see what collapsed topics looks like. But that is the practice course. So just going back to use cases again. Remember, you don't have to worry about hurting anything in the practice course. That's its whole purpose. Anything you do in there is not going to affect any of your actual courses nor anybody else's courses. And the content doesn't go anywhere. So you can play around, you can delete, you can add, you can really do anything you want in that practice course, and you don't have to worry about it. Additionally, there are Moodle courses made available by Moodle itself. If you go to learn.moodle.org, you can take their basic courses for free, and this would be a great companion to have open while you're watching those videos and going through that course content, because you can experiment with the content that you're learning. So again, this is just a great resource for the faculty at WJU to test out anything they would like to do in Moodle and get a feel for how it functions. So that's our video for today. Thank you for joining me. Bye.